Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin. We got the CoinsKid crew. So we are seeing another little positive reaction off this trend line right now, aren't we? We called up on the symmetrical triangle. I did do a tweet on Twitter there with a beautiful little trade set up on Bitcoin, and it has, broken out right now. So we need to zoom in, but I just want to show you right now that potentially if we start to break this red line here, okay, this level of resistance, and get through this 10 EMA, if you start to see a close above that, I would immediately think that you're up there on a 20. And this is something I've been anticipating, because usually off the low, what happens is you work your way back up through the EMAs. Remember I said to you, the bulls go up the stairs, okay? The bulls go up the stairs. So there's a probability that if we are sort of carving out right now, it's very possible that we are sort of carving out this very similar structure here, where we break out like this, come up, come down, hold this trend line of support, and then continue, and this potential wave 3 which is formed right now off these lows. So at the minute, like I said to you, don't panic, don't be fearful, because right now this could be an optimal entry point for you down here on these lows, because all you're doing is breaking into resistance and you're retracing to this low, looking for the continuation of this breakout. Do you understand? So until you lose that low, you're not putting an impulsive move, which is a continuation of this downtrend. Okay, now usually, like I said to you so many times, if you are in a whopping downtrend or you are in a whopping uptrend, you do usually come back to the weekly 20 for support or resistance of that trend. And right now you can see that we never had a retest of this 20 EMA since April this year, where we got rejected off it, failed to close above it multiple times, because that's something we need to see. If we can get up here and start to take this 20 EMA out, hold its support, and then get back above 50, I would absolutely say to you, your bottom's in. You're looking at impulsive move, and we've nailed it basically. So we're looking for that, and it's not far away from here if you just want to wait for that, because the 20 at the moment sits around about 24k. So if you see consistent closes on the weekly time frame above the 24k mark right there, which is the 20 EMA, you're already kind of confirming to me that you've got an impulsive move off these lows. You're no longer in a downtrend, you're actually in a whopping uptrend. So we're looking for that confirmation, and a lot of people think you need to wait until you're up here for the confirmation. You don't. You're creating a structure of a bottom for the confirmation. Do you understand? So please refer back to the videos just here, in the tweets and everything like that. I said to you, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. It was the same thing I was telling you last year when you was up here, got this overextension, rising wedge, which was a lower high, and then boom, you come down. Well, just here, you've got overextension in the EMAs, you've got big gaps, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, big gaps, overextension, going off into space, overextension, going off into space like that, well, into the ground or whatever you want to call it right there. Always think about your position, whether you're long or short, and I said that to you, okay? Good place to buy spot, good place to take some profit. Boom, come back into the 20 to 55. Fantastic. That was a great trade for the CoinsKid community last year, okay? But anyway, personally, I thought we've got a correction. We're looking at impulsive move right there, and we're looking at a blow off top at that position just there, because that's always where we have the blow off top. So right now, it could actually be that the blow off top is riding here, the last leg of this sort of bull market right here for Bitcoin into 2023 off these lows. If we get the follow through right here, okay? Now all your 10k, your 5k, your 14k, all your targets like that won't be met, and it means that Bitcoin and crypto is looking at one last impulsive move, which is something I've always been anticipating here, okay? Not hopium or anything like that. It's just technical analysis that's telling me that. So always identify overextension. Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, big gaps in the EMAs, you're going vertical, works the same way up and down, okay? Always apply a bit of common sense, take a bit of profit, whatever you're doing, okay? So right now, for me, I bought the dip, ran into resistance, took a bit of profit, obviously, come back down. We're holding this low at the moment, so this is where I've been buying. And like I said to you last week, good place to buy Bitcoin, because potentially you're coming up and down through the EMAs, okay? You see that? Coming up and down through the EMAs. And if we do start to do that, boom, you're confirming your bottom, aren't you? Because that's what you always see. You're reversing the trend, basically. It's the same as that. You got a high, lower high, coming in. You got a low, high, low, you're coming in basically to the EMAs. So again, it's not hopium, it's not bull crap or anything like that. It's just pure technical analysis, isn't it? It's all support and resistance. Obviously, can be negated if we start to run into that and we lose this and we sweep this low. Like I said to you, this is unprecedented because we are really overextended. We've not even tested the 20, which a lot of altcoins have. XRP, Chainlink, lots of coins have tested the 20. So is a looking glass that Bitcoin is just a bit of a laggard, which it usually is off the bottom, to be honest with you, because I remember it really well on this bottom. It was really really, really laggy in the sense that a lot of altcoins here, at this point, just like Bitcoin, this little falling wedge, this tightening range broke out through the EMAs, boom. A lot of altcoins there were really breaking out. I remember it really, really well, especially Ethereum and Chainlink, really, really breaking out. So, they're kind of doing exactly what they did at the last bottom. But the only thing about this bottom, we've met all the data points right now, but the only thing we've not done, if this is a monster bear market, is at the whopping 85% correction, which is, your bear market target basically, which is why everyone's calling for the 10k. So obviously anything can happen. If we start to come down and we negate these data points here telling us that the lows are in, then I think obviously you could be in a world of trouble here. The last leg in the sand is this wave one high for any sort of short-term bullish impulse like this. Okay, but again, all you got to wait for in the charts is a couple of things. One, primarily closing multiple times above that yellow line, which is 20 EMA, and equally getting back above this white line here, wherever it is. Whenever you close outside of that, hold its support, entry point, see you later, confirmation of impulsive move to the upside. So, Bitcoin's doing well. It's had a lovely little bounce. Had a breakout of the 4-hourly symmetrical triangle that I posted on Twitter. Right now, you're running up and down through the EMAs. You're getting some kind of squeeze down here, aren't you? Like this, getting really squeezed towards this apex. Like I said to you, price compression leads to extension. Right now, if we can start to break out here, minimal target 20 EMA from here last week when we was long in it, all the way up. Beautiful, look at that, 30% long up. It was on one of my thumbnails and all over Twitter. And again, I would expect key level resistance there. Good place to take profit because you come back to potentially the 10 EMA, potentially looking at something like that, carving out, and then you're on the 55. If you start to do that, wow, there's absolutely no case here that you're going lower, because at that point you're carving out structural bottom over a long period of time. And this is the thing I said to you at the point here, if we can start to come up and carve out this bottom and break key resistances, there'll be no case of doing anything like that in short term. You're actually looking really, really bullish and impulsive. Okay, so what we do need to see primarily this week, if not next week, going into October, we've got the midterm rallies, which is usually always quite bullish in the markets right here. We do need to see the follow through, closing above the 10 EMA. Next support, next resistance is a 20. So if you start to see Bitcoin ticking out 21048, absolutely looking at a target of 24084 right there for Bitcoin. It was a beautiful little long up down there. Like I've always said, opportunity never feels like opportunity, because otherwise everyone would be millionaires. Okay, so by the fear, by the blood, right now it looks as though we might be coiling up and breaking out, or on the cusp of breaking out. Okay, so has this happened before? If we take a look here, we come up here, we've got this little sort of wedge coming back up, this perfect little ABC correction right there for Bitcoin. Look at that, resistance. We've got this little apex that we got really close to like that. Boom, 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 broke out, see you later. Boom, 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 breakout, see you later. So hopefully, hope's a dangerous word, but if we are putting this sort of little correction here, coming back, we're tightening up and we do break out, you can see the kind of move that does come when it's breakout. But if this is the case right here, this would say to me this is a 1, this is a 2, and right now this is the formation of a third wave, and that potentially could be extremely bullish going forward, just like the scenario down here where we put this low in. Okay, came up, made a 1, made a 2, really, really tight in there, broke out, and we just never look back. And how long did that take to get all the way up there? Let's take a look at this. We'll measure it from these lows, and we broke out of that resistance just there within 140 days. We was actually breaking out. That was a beast trade. Look at that, from that break just there all the way up. We come all the way up to around about 308%. So I'm not saying we'll do it again, but anything's possible. This is Bitcoin, all the way down there when everyone was really, really fearful. It did the opposite of what everyone thinks. It's not a guarantee it's going to do it again, but if we do break that, 140 days, did I say 140 days? Where is that? So by February, sort of it creates that scenario like by next year we could actually be sort of pushing up and creating that another impulsive move off these lows when everyone's really, really fearful. Again, not got a crystal ball. It's all about support and resistance. Okay, so if we take a look at the 4-hourly time frame and have a look what Bitcoin's doing, you can see, look at that big candle there. So you coiled up, like I said to you, get really close to the apex, close above the 4-hour, boom, you impulsive move to the upside. So let's take a look at this, because this is, you can use Fibonacci to work out this target. Okay, so this is a low, this is a high, and currently what you're doing, you're retracing to it. So I think that if you break it, your minimal 1618 target is all the way up there at 26333. Let's take a look at that. So that's a potential target right now, but you've got a lot of work to do. You can see you ran onto 0.5 fib, melted the 0.382. That could actually be a little support for you right now. Could be a good area to put some bids in. 19799 because you've melted for it. If you do start to retrace, that could be a really strong area of support for you to put some bids in with a tight stop loss on the 236 at 19152, because if you get the support there and break this resistance, this could be a massive catalyst because you're breaking out the falling wedge, and equally you start to come up and take out the 1 fib. You're looking at a monster opportunity here to 26233 for Bitcoin, and from these lows that could have been a beautiful trade down here when everyone's really fearful of around about 44% for Bitcoin. So again, I would look to put some bids. If you're not already in a trade here, okay, put some bids on the 0382 because you're melting for it. Look at that, you melted for it, no support. If you start to fall back, that could be a really strong area of support where you consolidate here, build up momentum to break this red line, which is key level resistance on the weekly time frame. You start to take that out and take out the 1 fib at 22790. I think you're in a minimal target to 26233 for Bitcoin, and it's really starting to break out. Okay, you might potentially see something like that on the weekly where it does something like that, wicks up, comes back into this pattern like that. So if we start to zoom out, that could be a wick grab up there on the weekly time frame, which you can see is just a wick just above the 20, but close inside the 20, coiling up on the 10, coil up, and then you're getting your breakout to the 55, and you're breaking that level of resistance right there, and you're moving up on the 2.272 fib. So it's a possibility. It's not done it yet, but these are the things that I try to identify in the channel. So right now for me, I will be looking to long 19799 for Bitcoin with my stop loss down there on the 236 fib, and you can see if it does come down, you get stopped out. It's only a minimal 3.17% loss, isn't it? So good luck everybody. I wish you really, all the luck in the world, but right now you can do this on Bybit. You can go long, you can go short, but right now you can see you're running into that fib, the 050 fib on this eye. Okay, so basically you've come down, you're coiling up, you're looking to break out, coil up like that, looking to break out, take out the 1 fib at 22790, and I think you're up there at 26233, where I would seriously think about taking profit at that point, okay, in this breakout that we might potentially see for Bitcoin going forward. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Remember, you can do all this on Bybit or BitGet. The link's in each and every single video description. Got a fantastic sign-up bonus. Take care, everyone. Back soon with an update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.